Well, if you know Carl Bernstein, one of the duo, Woodward and Bernstein, who basically brought down and broke the Watergate story wide open for his reporting back in the day with the Washington Post, now over at CNN, taking on a different kind of tactic, talking about the Trump presidency and saying that there's a malignancy on this presidency. Listen to Carl Bernstein.
I think something much greater is happening, and that is that we are in the midst of a malignant presidency. And that malignancy is known to the military leaders of the country, it's known to the Republican leadership in Congress who recognize it, and it's known to the intelligence community. And the presidency of Donald Trump is not functioning, partly because of his character. It's not functioning partly because of his attacks on the press. Those who know him best are raising serious concerns. It calls on our leaders, it calls on our journalists to do a different kind of reporting, a different kind of dealing with this presidency and the president.
Historical context, a malignancy on the presidency. He's referring back, it seems, to John Dean, who was then White House counsel during the Watergate years, to President Nixon and said, sir, there's a cancer on the presidency right now because of this cover-up. The malignancy is what he's referring to.
My goodness.
And that things need to change and that reporters need
new kind of reporting.
Yeah, which makes me wonder how it would be different than what we're already seeing today.
Well, exactly. We keep asking ourselves sometimes, rhetorically, we just say, you know, when are they going to figure it out? When are they going to realize they've been exposed and they can... They're never, ever, 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 can I say ever again, going to change? Because these newsrooms are full of liberals. They are. CNN, President Trump calls it, I'm thinking about changing the name to fake news CNN to fraud news CNN. The fake news is fake when you tell me you're independent and then you give me bias. What he's calling for is even more of that, even more editorializing about the president from CNN, and that's only going to make their approval go down even more.
So you've been in the White House recently. He said that people closest to the president are really concerned about him and his well-being. Is that the sense you got when you were, because the people that he surrounded himself are those that he's closest to?
Fake news. It's not true.
Well,
I've talked to some of the top advisors. These guys are getting along. They're working hard. They believe in this president. They want to get his agenda passed.
Well, one of these stories we're going to talk about a little bit later on the show is this apparent fighting now between the vice president's office and the Trump camp, so that there's infighting. You know, whether there's fake
always,
news,
quote unquote, infighting between the two.
We're going to talk to David Bossie about that. Coming up.
Yeah, so we do have Dave Bossie coming on deck, plus Dan Bongino, Mark Levin, all here live. We've got a big